Hey there, folks. This is the Tenkaichi of gaming, and I thought I'd stop playing Dynasty Warriors 8 for a little something that has been sifting on my mind since yesterday. I am reading an article on Yahoo Shine, and this is YouTube related. I'm going to read this, and I'm going to share my thoughts about this, as well as another issue that has been in the news. And I'll probably go to Facebook for that. So, here it is. 13-year-old YouTube star Talia Joy Castellano loses cancer battle. Talia Joy Castellano, the young YouTube star who delighted and inspired millions with her ebullient spirit and love of life, has died after a long, bravely fought battle with cancer. It was impossible to encounter the 13-year-old without being moved by her. Her pixie-ish humor and bubbly personality were grounded by an uncanny wisdom. After she lost her hair from chemotherapy, rather than wear a wig, she started playing with makeup to boost her self-confidence, and eventually broadcasted beauty tutorials online. Her videos often receive over 500,000 views, and one has been watched over 8 million times. A little over a year ago, she posted a more personal video addressed to her fans, sharing her fears about needing a bone marrow treatment. Poised and reassuring, she said, "Having cancer has been a gift, but a horrible, horrible, terrifying thing. But I've gotten so many benefits from it. The journey of having cancer was amazing, but every journey has an end." In another video, Talia mentioned that her dream was to do Ellen DeGeneres makeup. In September 2012, talk show host invited her onto the show and made a surprise announcement that she would be an honorary cover girl. When DeGeneres asked her, "How do you stay so positive?" her response was, when people ask me that, I'm like, what do you want me to do? Be depressed?" Wearing a shirt with colored stripes like the animated character Dory, voiced by DeGeneres from Finding Nemo, she then did a little bop in her seat and giggled. "Little fishy told me, just keep swimming, just keep swimming." Talia was first diagnosed with neuroblastoma, a rare and aggressive form of cancer, in 2007. When she was only 7 years old, she was treated and went into remission. The following year, the disease returned, and she was also diagnosed with leukemia. Intensive medical intervention failed to arrest her condition, and in late April, she was admitted to MD Anderson Cancer Center in Orlando, Florida, for test and radiation therapy, and was later moved to the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. Her mother, Desiree, kept fans and well-wishers up to date with detailed posts on her Facebook page, Angels for Talia. On Tuesday afternoon, an update on the Angels for Talia page announced the tragic loss. "It is with a heavy heart that we share with all of you that Talia has earned her wings at 11:22 a.m. Please lift her beautiful soul, her beautiful light to heaven, and please send your love and prayers to her family during this most difficult time. Godspeed, little one. May you be free from your pain and suffering. May your soul feel the light and love that you brought so many to us on this earth. During the short time you were here with us. We will miss you more than you will ever know, baby girl." As news of her passing spread across social media, mourners paid their respects on Twitter, along with a photo of the young beauty blogger. CoverGirl released the following statement on their Twitter account. "Talia Castellano was the true meaning of a cover girl. Was the meaning of a true cover girl." DeGeneres also paid tribute to Castellano, tweeting, "This year I met a very special girl, and today we lost her. Sending my heart to Talia's family. I'm so sad." I need to go by Facebook for a hot second. Only because of one thing I need to stop hearing. Oh, fucking Trayvon Miller. Yeah, that's all I want. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see from Facebook. I don't really want to go into Facebook. Oh, by the way, I have a game being uploaded to my Steam page, so yeah, that there's too. But really, I want to say this, and hopefully it picks up on this because it is real important. I find no joy in seeing anybody suffering. And even if there is somebody that is trying to keep everyone else's spirits up, the only question is, who's keeping yours up? I say this because cancer is a terrible thing. And to see someone like this pass away so soon in her life, it is a truly tragic loss. She not only had cancer, but she also had leukemia. To that aspect, I want to say that deep down in the bottom of my heart, I wish condolences to this family whom they lost an angel, a true angel on earth. In comparison to this, that's the problem with what I feel is wrong with so many youths today. They're in with the wrong, they're in a stupid situation at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's sad to see that, young people 13 and up having their lives lost by society or a disease. And I don't know what more. But I don't know what more I can say. But the thing to me is, and I should say this more and more, and I'll keep repeating it for as long as it takes. You need to value life more often. You shouldn't feel so down about your own life. You should treasure the people that you have, that are in front of you. Because life on this earth is very short. Regardless of how long we live, it is very short compared to the rest of the universe. Our life is so minute that whatever moments that we have in life, we should be able to share it with a smile. We shouldn't try to, how should I say this? We shouldn't try to tear each other down, but build each other up. And I cannot stress this enough. Because this person, this young girl, is an example of how fragile and how minute that life is. And she did so much in such a short time. Normally, I would say that I don't really care about this. A part of me says, why am I talking about this? And the other part of me says, you know why? Because, to be honest, if it's going to sift in me, it's going to make me upset. It's depressing. To me, it's depressing to see somebody so young go out like that. In comparison to the rest of us, who pretty much have done basically all that we can early in our lives, whether we went to college or we worked our asses off just to get where we are today, whether our lives were rough or whether they were simple. Now you would think, okay, why is cancer a disease? Cancer is a disease. When I used to go to church, like I said, when I used to go to church, that's the one thing I heard within prayer all the time. I heard that word so much it really just made me sick. I mean, I couldn't stand it because people were getting sick just because of cancer. Now I know what you're thinking. I shouldn't say this. Hear me out. I acknowledge the fact that, cancer is a disease. That's all I acknowledge. I also acknowledge the fact that cancer can kill if not treated correctly. I also know that cancer can stop a person from actually living. And as far as I'm concerned, it can happen, but only if you allow it to happen. I, for one, if ever I had some kind of terminal illness or disease, I would keep fighting until basically the disease is out of me, or I basically give up. Kind of reminds me of what happened earlier today when I was up at GameStop when I was picking up my order. This is what happened. As I got out the car, I was going to basically go up the ramp and go into GameStop and do my business. I come across a young man who I remember from my old days from being a Big Brother. Because I used to be in a Big Brothers club. And he was one of the little brothers that we took with us on our trips. He came up to me and he said, "Hey, Israel, you remember me?" I said, "Yeah, I remember you." I said, "Yeah, how you been?" I said, "Well, I've been pretty good. How you been?" I said, "Well, I had to tell you, man, I'm pursuing my dream. I'm going to college and I'm pursuing my dream." So I asked him how soon is he from graduating. He said, "Oh, next year. I want you to come. If you can, I want you to come see me at my graduation. I want you to come to my graduation." For that one moment, I felt really proud. Because, I was responsible for actually saving someone's life, and I didn't even realize I saved someone's life. And just the words alone, I pursued my dream. That right there made me smile, because there's not many people who actually do say that to those who inspire others to, you know, go after their dream. But I think I remember in one of our meetings, because we usually had a monthly meeting, that we stood up and we said something very important. We shared a little something to the kids, and one of the things I said was, "Don't give up. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're in school, so keep doing what you're doing. You study, and you make the most of your time while you're studying. Whatever you do, don't give up on your dreams. Whatever they may be, whether they make no sense to those that say, oh, it's nothing." So it's amazing it's amazing that if you can change a person's life in the short time that you have. Because I'm going to tell you straight out, the last time I actually saw him, he was about maybe 10 or 11 years old. He was about his tween age. He was about reaching tween. But in any case, I'm glad that I actually made a difference in his life. And I can say that this 13-year-old has made an incredible inspiration in so many lives. It's a damn shame that someone like this had to die like that. Good people dying like this. This is a real shame. I cannot stress this enough, because, like I said, I hate reading stories like this. I really do. I hate reading stories like this. Because not only does it feel tragic, but at the same time, it kind of makes my heart hurt. It really does. It just really makes me want to cry, and it makes me angry and upset. But at the same time, it makes me feel a little bit. It makes me feel sad at the same time. A whole mess of negative emotions are just coming out, and this is the reason why I don't like reading something like this. I don't like reading about somebody who hasn't even reached puberty, let alone the level of adulthood that they were born to do. And regardless of if they had a disease or not, the fact of the matter is that for what it's worth, they died too young. Reminds me of the time that one of our own people actually did that. But the sad thing was, this person, he committed suicide only because he was young, impetuous, and foolish. He thought this girl was the one, and basically found she was cheating on him, and therefore he hung himself. I went to his. I along with a few other of us, we went to his funeral, and I'm going to tell you one thing. I hate funerals. I really do. I really do hate funerals. I hate going to funerals. I hate being around. I hate being around dead. I hate being around the dead. I really can't stand it. It just makes me, kind of just shivery. Because I've lost so many people in my own life that I cannot stand it if I'm reading something about someone who's already dead, or listening to somebody who's already been dead. I like to focus on the living. As selfish as it may be, that to me, that, when children like this, children like this girl right here and Trayvon Martin, they're both kids. Trayvon Martin is another case because he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he found himself dead by George Zimmerman. Now it makes a big stink because a whole lot of unneeded, unnecessary things are coming out. And you know how the media is. The media will constantly fuck up shit just for no apparent reason, just because, this is happening and that is happening, and I had to make sure that nothing is stopping my chair. But yeah, it's just sad. I mean, we should take better care of the future. I mean, we as responsible adults should be more responsible. Parents, stop your kids when they're out of hand, when they're young, so they can understand when they're older what is right and what is wrong, and they can comprehend and grasp the concept of what's right and what's wrong, of being and doing right and wrong. What is the truth and what is the consequences and all that. I usually don't talk about this because I used to be a parent myself. So a part of me is coming out in which I never thought I'd say. But really, parents, you should watch your kids grow. Observe them over the years. Cherish them. Love them. Teach them. Let them go when it's time. If they know that it's a bad thing, then let them know for themselves what is a bad thing and what is a good thing. If they don't come to you, you come to them. Or come to each other. And try to understand each other's mindset. I have to say this because I feel that some parents in the world are not responsible. I'm pretty sure that this girl's parents were and are responsible adults. And they've done all that they can and stuck with her from thick and thin until her last breath. I personally got nothing else to say, because a part of me just wants to just say, you know what? I don't know. I think about my own life in retrospect. And considering that what I have, that was basically the luck of the draw. It could have been much worse. I could have ended up as a stump. But thank God I'm not. I mean, I'm an online personality myself. I never mention it. to anyone out that well. Outside my friends, I don't mention that I am an online personality. I never do. It's just, I don't know. The fact that I want to say, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, I'm an online personality. Don't know how many people would take that as a, wait, you're a what? But I'm getting ahead of myself. Actually, no, I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm basically telling it like it is, just like I've always been. And the issue is that I really think that parents should. I believe that parents should take better care of their children. And guide them the rest of the way. To the Costello family, you have my deepest regards as a YouTuber and a fellow online personality. To you, young lady, you have touched various forms of lives in such a short time. And to that, you have touched another. So wherever you are in heaven, you're free. You are free from all pain, all suffering. And all the weight of the world is no longer on your shoulders. Although they will mourn, they will live on and go on with their lives. But as far as I'm concerned, you have made a difference in so many lives. No matter how far around the world you have made it, or maybe around your neck of the woods. You made a difference. And you were put on God's green earth to do such deeds. So with that, arigato. So with that, I have been the Tenkaichi of gaming. And for those who are cancer survivors, keep fighting. Now, I'm talking about anybody who is related to a cancer survivor. You do your job and you keep fighting. You tell that person, hey, it's alright, I'm with you. You keep their morale up, you keep their spirit up, and you tell them to keep fighting, keep living, and you keep living along with them. Don't start whining, don't start crying. Just hold your head up high. Smile along with them, because that's what they want. They want a smile. Or anybody within having a terminal illness. You keep fighting and you keep smiling. Because you're fighting for a greater good. You're fighting to see another day, another year, and perhaps another decade or so. So with that, I'm going to end this video on a pleasant note and just say, come on, babies. Let's rock. Take care, people. God bless. And of course, Tenkai Muso.